Guys, let me take a sip because this is just too much. I'm having ginger tea. Corona, guys, is showing us flames. So this is like a horror story kind of vibe. I feel like this story deserves to be on Cutting Edge because this is some cutting edge shit. Like proper, yeah. I think this story deserves to be on Cutting Edge. I think there was a similar story like on Cutting Edge, but I think this guy is just on another level. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. As always guys, if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. And to my subbies, thank you so much guys for your support, and thank you for watching my videos. As always guys, let's jump in. So guys, today's video is different. I'm telling a story of something that is very close to home, something that happened with family. We were saved by grace, basically. So guys. Oh, I'm so scared, I'm shook, I'm shaking right now. So I hope that I tell the story the best way I can. I even have some notes so that I don't forget the details that I need to put out there. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and yeah, let's do this thing. First of all, just the advice. When you name your kids, I think that issue is important because umntwana will follow igama lakhe. You follow your name sometimes, just sometimes. So when you name your kids, please make sure that you give them a proper name. Anyway, I'm so scared. I'm hoping that in jail or in prison, they don't have YouTube. Like they don't have access to YouTube. You never know with how things are set up with prisons because kukwavula spoke, I think. So I'm hoping that at least they don't have YouTube, and then this guy finds me on YouTube and then finds this video and then he goes after my family. I would die. Look, I would die. Yo, Chineke. Okay guys, let me tell you a story. So for the purpose of this video and to try and confuse the enemy, because guys, let me confuse this guy. I think bad this video is about him, and then he's like, oh no, but that's not my name. And then like, do you understand? So I'm telling you the story about the serial killer, serial rapist. So for the purpose of this video, we shall call this guy Das Lie, because he was sly. Not in a good way, guys. This is bad. So Ekaya guys, like we have a huge yard, and umakulu loved to garden. Like she loved gardening, she loved growing crops and veggies and stuff. So after she passed on, like there was no one to look after the garden because she would go out there and do the things in the garden. So we had a bantu abancedisa garden here and there, but then we found this guy, garden boy. I don't wanna say garden boy, it just doesn't sound nice, but yeah. So we found Das Lie, let's just say that. We found Das Lie, I think it was around 2013, 2014, eqala usebenza ekhaya, in the garden. Look, the guy was fine, he was quiet AF, right? And he had green fingers, like green guys egarden yasekhaya. It was green, izinto zakhe grew, like i-veggies zakhe grew. Wena green pepper, wena beetroot, wena spinach, like everything that he sowed, like yeah, cool. He was a real gardener. Anyway guys, nomos in like emakhaya for such jobs like umsebenzi wasendlini for umuntu oncedisayo and someone who's going to help out in the garden. We don't require CVs for that, so that you can see what the person is about, their previous employment and stuff. He sees this huge garden or huge yard, and then I'll be like, it looks like like there's nothing that's happening in the garden. Then they come through and they ask for umsebenzi. And then obviously in Mhlambi, you see that, okay, this person unesakhono, or he has a talent, or he has a hand, like uyakwazi usebenza. Then based on that, you are like, actually, you can come through on a permanent basis. Like on a permanent basis, you can come through and work here. Same as Sending. We don't ask for CVs. Umuntu uyeza mhlawumbe azocela uncedisa, mhlawumbe umane umbiza lo muntu lo for washing, and then eventually you are like, look, you make an arrangement with them, and then they come through, and that's it. That's how the setup is. Like, that's how the system is, like in Makhaya. Let me just say, Mangati Eastern Cape, like in Makhaya. So this guy must have done the same thing, like pitched up in Lini, and then he got the job. And then later on, we heard that Mugai usually goes to Bamanti to go and sign. Okay, I don't know where criminals go and sign, but yeah, he has to go somewhere to go and sign. I don't know if it's on a daily or a weekly basis. I don't know how the system is like. So he would go there and sign. We heard that, but then we were like, okay, we didn't ask. I don't know. We didn't bother to ask for what crime are you signing. Do you understand? So we thought it was probably a petty crime, maybe nothing really, really serious or hectic. Nothing hectic, let me just put it like that. We thought it wasn't for something hectic. Probably, yeah, doesn't. Let me just leave it at that. Nothing very serious. So, Kante Mugai is signing for a crime that he committed in 2002. Murder and housebreaking. He was sentenced to 18 years imprisonment. He only served 8 years, and he was out in 2010 on parole. Okay, we didn't know about that. So this guy was working fine. And then we'd hear stories like someone was killed, like a woman was raped and killed, but never really suspected him to be that guy. So maybe once in 3 months or in 6 months, there's a story in Makhaya about a woman has been raped and killed. Haibo. Okay. We never suspected him, guys. Like, the guy was quiet. Like, he'd come to work. He was about his business. He didn't have friends even. So he'd come to work and enza umsebenzi wakhe and then leave. So ekhaya there are 2 houses, like I've mentioned before. And umakazi wami stayed alone at that time. So she would ask him to go and switch on the lights, and then umakazi wami would switch them off in the morning. Or when he comes back the next morning to work, then he would go in there and switch off the lights. So that was the arrangement that they had. This one day, umakazi wami xa isiya endlini ikomkhulu kwamakhulu, ufika furniture upside down, a lounge, couches are facing up or facing down, coffee table upside down. Haibo. That's odd. What happened? And there was nothing taken. Like, the TV was still there, the hi-fi was still there. There was nothing that was taken. We found it odd that there was nothing that happened. And then we thought maybe mhlambi is boch. Mhlambi is boch. We don't know. Fine, everything carried on. And then another story, a lady was murdered, was raped and killed. You know, sometimes like the community gets tired of the popo, of waiting on the popo, because you know those guys must, they take a while to investigate. So the community will go out there and try and find the criminal or the person who does all these things. So whenever the community did that, he was amongst the community, like he participated, the killer or the rapist, while he was the one who was doing all these things. So really you would never have thought, well, this guy is the one committing these crimes. I mean, guys, for example, kukwisela, and then the thief steals izinto zakho, and then mhlawumbe uhlala nale endlini enosela, just saying, and then you say ulahlelwe into ethile, and then that very person, I mean, I think we've done that in sisebancinci, ulahleka into ethile, you know you are the one who took it, but then you will help the person search for into yakhe while you know that you are the one that took it. So he was that type of guy. So Mugai eventually izinto caught up with him, like the law caught up with him. He raped abantu, like women who usually stayed alone, didn't have a man in the house. So yeah, guys, this guy had a liver, like his liver had a twin, because how do you commit a crime and then when the community goes out there to search for the rapist or the killer, you are there with them, like you pretending as if you are helping out, when in fact you know that you are the person that has done this thing. So yeah, that guy, he's on another level, like no other. Anyway, so he was on this spree yakhe of raping and killing victims zakhe between the years 2012 and 2015. So his victims were between the ages of 20 and 24. But there's another victim of his that is a 61-year-old woman, like Isalukazi, guys, an old woman. Imagine that. Not that I'm taking away from the younger generation or the younger people that he murdered, but then how do you go and rape umntu omdala? Both this very guy also repeatedly raped umntu who shared the same clan name as him. So if he could rape umntu ozalana naye, I mean, this guy, he was messed up in the head, like I can't. Like umdlwembe, guys, this guy was umdlwembe. This guy. So yeah, eventually the crimes caught up with him. We were told that Mugai ubanjiwe. And then we also found out that actually he was on parole for a crime that he committed. He murdered. Talk about giving someone a second chance at life, and then they do that. So obviously his rehabilitation didn't do anything to him. Like, he was never rehabilitated. The 8 years that he served meant nothing to him. So Mugai, apparently they had been investigating, like whenever there's a crime committed, they would investigate. But then his cases were closed because there was lack of evidence. So zavalwa in 2015 because of lack of evidence. But then after he had raped the 61-year-old woman, the case was reopened, and his DNA was linked to the rape yalo mama. And lo mama also pointed him out like ebantwini that this is the guy that raped me. So yeah, guys, that's how they found out that he is the guy they've been looking for. So they reopened the case, and yeah, they handed down the sentence. He was sentenced to 4 life sentences. Like, I think he deserves that. I think the total years is like 105 years for rape and murder, as well as attempted murder. And so his last victim was a 21-year-old woman whom he found walking alone one evening, and he decided that this girl need to do something to her. He raped her and he killed her. With all his victims, he would rape, blood gun them with rocks or stones, and then slit their throats. How heartless, guys. Can a person really do that? Like, how sick and twisted do you have to be to do that to a human being? So on the day of the sentencing, he assaulted a journalist for trying to take a picture of him. He was on some, hey wena, mfotelani. I mean, this guy is sick and twisted. I can't even imagine. Like, if I can't imagine what goes through the mind of a killer. You have to be really twisted to do that. Anyway, so mama is like, umntanam bayamthakatha, bayamsebenzisa. Hayibo, uChurch is on some, umntanam bayamthakatha, bayamsebenzisa umntanam, he's innocent. Qha uyasetyenzwa ngabantu abamsebenzayo. But I'm like, how do you name your child Headman and expect him to be a good person? Because le nto ayenzayo, slitting ii-throats zabantu, ukulandela igama lakhe. So guys, you really need to be careful when you're naming your kids. When you name your child, give them igama that is proper, because your name will follow you, or you will follow your name in some cases. Just saying. So yeah, guys, that is the story of Umugai. It's sad, it's scary, because my aunt was living alone there. Like, she could have been a victim, but grace saved her. I mean, when we went home for holidays, sometimes mama would go and attend a funeral and come back late, or even the next day. And Fumansba, we are there alone in the house. Guy would have done anything, could have done anything that he wanted, because he knew his way around endlini. I mean, I'm sure he could go inside the house and so yeah, guys, grace really saved us from that man, that sick, twisted man. Like, oh my gosh, this guy, I can't. Like, I seriously can't. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's where I'm ending today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed this story. It's very hectic with a capital H. It's a very hectic story, and we only, I mean, to us, it didn't happen to us by God's favor and grace. Because, I mean, the mind of a killer, you can never understand how it operates. So we are grateful till this day that we are alive. But yeah, guys, we had a serial killer, Eyadin, and we knew nothing about. That is very scary, guys. Anyway, that's where I'm ending today's video, and I hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment on the comment section, or comment below, and share this video with your loved ones and your friends. Tell your friends to subscribe to this channel. As always, guys, stay safe and God bless. Bye.